Forgot. Here we go. Okay. I recently played a game called Proximate. I'm gonna share the link, the Steam link. Oh my god. Okay, I'll share it once the game loads because it just blacked out my screens. I'm in hell. I'm actually in hell. This thing was supposed to do that. To figure that out later. Whatever. Anyway, recently played a game called Proximate. Proximate. Found out about it because of a YouTube channel I enjoy called Power Pack, P-A-K. Takes under 2 hours to beat the entire game. It's very much in the same vein as like Iron Lung, just this kind of odd, unique presentation, funny movement style. It was neat. It was good. It was interesting. The writing was super good. I'm really glad I played it. And then I also went ahead and watched a bunch of videos about various like details and things going on in this game, Silent Hill 2 Remake. And so I took some notes on some stuff to discuss, including a thing that if the lighting is good enough, I'll try to show off as soon as I get into the game. The lighting is not good enough. RIP. Actually, hang on. It might be. Oh. Yeah, okay. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but if you look at James's ring finger, you can see the outline of where his ring used to be, that he's currently not wearing. Ooh. No, come on, bud. Look right at it. I'm gonna get you. Oh, almost had it. Holy shit. Come on. Oh my god. Right. Try. Get that. Not a bad close-up. Alright. Probably the best I'm gonna get here. And I think... Wow, alright, hang on. I need to block out sunlight. Okay, that should help a bit. Summer is the bane of my existence. I think I already looked at the hotel room with all the Silent Hill 3 stuff, but I'm gonna go double check. This is not that room, is it? No, that room is downstairs. I think. Yeah! That seems like it should not be making that noise. Alrighty then. This is the symbol of the order, which, forgot to point out, the symbol, or like at least some elements of the symbol of the order can be seen on the Silent Hill police cars, so... Ooh, how close is the closest police car? Not that far away, actually, so I could go... I'm not gonna remember what all the details are, but I can look that up. Remember? Does it feel like it's darker than the last time I played the game? I think there's a police car in here. Yes, okay. Those, I think it's the symbol. Okay, let me not guess. Let me actually just look it up. Hopefully this is the kind of thing that's just out in the world. Cult references, hey. Yeah, okay, I've got an actual picture of the thing. So... that little symbol right there, it looks kind of like an insect or a piece of wheat to me. That's from the symbol for the order. That little thing there that also looks like an insect. Yeah, these are all these little red symbols around the edge are in the same position as they are in the, like, cult circle. Is there a name for that? Da, 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 da. The halo of the sun in stillness. Oh, the halo of the sun. The halo of the sun design, a sigil of the order, was introduced in Silent Hill 3. I think that's the name of that thing that we saw on the wall, is the halo of the sun. Yes. And then, are there any other... I don't think... No, it doesn't look like the star comes from... Yeah, I think it's specifically those three symbols around the edge are from the halo of the sun. So. I was at... Back's Inn. Oh, that's the office. Bam! Is this from when I shot the thing that was attacking me? Oh, I also saw there's some joke. Ooh. There's a specific safe combination. Let me look it up. It's like a video game. And it comes up in a bunch of games, and it was used on this safe. It's like it's like 461 or something. 0451. Looking Glass and Ion Storm games. I'll just post, yeah, I'll post this Reddit thread, because the top comment has like a list of a bunch of the stuff. Yeah, 451, this person says that it shows, well, the games that they know of that use this code are System Shock, System Shock 2, Thief, which are, what are they called? Looking Glass Studio games. Deus Ex, Deus Ex Invisible War, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Deus Ex The Fall, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Deus Ex Go, whatever that is, Sanitarium, Bioshock, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, Gone Home, Firewatch, The Novelist, Dishonored, Dishonored 2, and Prey. I want to say it also shows up in Signalis? Don't remember for sure. What was it? 0451, because probably, yes, games with the 0451 code. Oh, this is just like straight up a thread. Okay. Tacoma, Mafia 3, Last of Us 2, Atomic... Half-Life Alyx! Oh my god, I forgot about that. We Happy Few. And like a bunch of other people. Talk about stuff. Pretty neat. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so I showed off that. Also could look... That's not the button. This is the button. Got some items, personal items. Angela's knife, which cannot be used as a weapon. A handkerchief. I think I picked this up right before that first pyramid. Well, not the first Pyramid Head encounter, but the first cutscene. And here's the letter. The zero. See, I would not have caught the 0451 thing either. Because I just sat down and watched, like, probably a couple hours of footage of, like, here's, you know, Out of Bounds Silent Hill 2. Here's, like, a bunch of neat details in Silent Hill 2. Such a, like, 15 or, like, 100 or, like, 150 neat Easter eggs in Silent Hill 2. And so that's how I found out about that. Also means I still haven't beaten the game on my own save file. Still not feeling it. Still don't got that dog in me to sit down and cry over a ridiculous boss fight. Oh, it's just in here. That's still doing that, which is cool, I guess. What did that texture just do? It like double broke? get to it when I get to it. I don't know. I don't know when I'll get to it. I mean, I should. I want to know what ending I got, but at what cost? I don't know if it means anything now, but this payphone is not making... This payphone doesn't have a dial tone right now. What I remember is that I heard for sure one payphone that did. This is the thing I forgot to check before last time. I for sure heard at least one payphone that had a dial tone, and I forgot to check whether it was the same one that we actually get a call on after the hospital. Which way am I headed? I'm headed to the Silent Hill Historical Society. Oh, there's gonna be some difficult things are gonna happen in the Historical Society, both thematically, narratively, and mechanically. This reminds me of, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Silent Hill game for the- I can straight up see her butt. Oh my god. Silent Hill game for the Wii. Are you gonna get spooked? Yeah, we're both gonna get spooked. It's gonna be rough. But the Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which was a reimagining of Silent Hill 1 for the Wii. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't played that. Spoilers for Silent Hill Shattered Memories. They're the kinds of things that affected your ending in Shattered Memories. One of the things was they had like a bunch of basically lewd content on like the walls and bathrooms or whatever, and if you spent whatever amount of time looking at the lewd content, that would greatly impact your ending. I think Shattered Hill Memories, Silent Hill Shattered Memories was neat. The decision, I can't remember where, I think I watched a video about this. No, I read an interview about it. The decision to have no combat the Gooner ending. Yeah, basically. Again, spoilers for Silent Hill Shattered Memories, but you're kind of deciding how good of a dad you were to your daughter, and so the ending is like, are you a huge piece of shit and she's trying to get over you? Or were you like a good dad and she just misses you? But they said in an interview, so people have criticized, and I can understand why, they've criticized the fact that like you're either in the iced over otherworld, and there's not really combat, but you're like running away from enemies and doing like Wiimote waggles to stay away, or you're not in the otherworld and there's no combat, it's just exploration. But apparently that was an entirely deliberate decision. What were they? There was some reason they were emphasizing that. I read this article recently. So worth, you know what? I think I have that article saved. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. So it was interesting. It was an interesting read. No, you don't need to translate. I don't know why you thought that. Crazy. Maybe I didn't save it. Maybe I'm the worst. Shattered Memories. Search everywhere, please. Premise of Shattered Memories. This is probably the... Yes, okay, this is the article, and I'll post a link to it. You know what? I'm so nice. I'll post a link to the article. Also talks about, I do think the other one, Silent Hill Origins, is like not that great, but apparently they were doing their best to like pull something workable out of the Origins that was handed to them. There's some interesting like backstory on that. Silent Hill 2 database, that's interesting. Oh, there was something else interesting in here. I'm looking for all the interesting bits. Slasher for subgenre, that's not the one. You have this daytime use, so they're saying it was inspired by slasher movies. You have the daytime sequence where no one gets killed. It's character building, mystery, investigation. Then night falls and suddenly someone is home alone. Now it becomes suspenseful. Then the bad guy jumps out for the fear, adrenaline, and chase. So yeah, doing it, kind of modeling it after the slasher genre, which is interesting. Combat-free walking simulator before the genre exploded with Dear Esther in 2012. World would freeze over, that's all fine. There's also something, I think this was for Shattered Memories. They were under pressure to have actual combat in it. Producer William Ortel, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, was insistent that Konami wanted motion control combat, letting players physically flick at monsters with their Wiimotes. However, when William was fired late in development, Climax pounced on the one-day transition between producers to enact their vision. In one afternoon, we took the design docs, removed all the bits we didn't like, the temperature pills, the combat, and uploaded the document the next day, Sam recalls. The new producer turned up the next day and told us what we were doing was very ambitious. We just said, yep, that's what's been signed off. Like, the guts it takes to just, like, fuck that guy's vision, fuck what the publisher wants. We're gonna make our own design doc before the new boss gets here. Wow. Like, that was very funny. So that's the highlights from that article. There's other interesting stuff in there, but those were definitely the two highlights for me. And very carefully. I also need to remind me to talk about something that we see at the end of the road a little bit past the Historical Society. Because I think I forgot to talk about it last time. Oh my god, great. Also, it's have to remember to talk about that. I also recommend that everybody play Void Crew. It's like Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time in 3D. It's good. I mean, the UI could use some work. It could be more polished. The UI could use a little work, but it's less clunky than 7 Days to Die, in my opinion. And it's, oh man, it's fun. Go be in space with your pals. You gotta work together. It's great. It has kind of an Overcooked vibe, depending on what you're doing. It's fun. It's good. It's a good game. I support the effort. I'm not gonna get more aim. Your lack of PC is crippling. Girl, you gotta get yourself a Steam Deck. This whole PC thing is overrated. The hardware's too expensive. I don't know if that's gotten better. Maybe GPUs are coming down, but like, Steam Deck will do ya. Mobile gaming is based, especially if you travel a lot. I say that as the proud owner of a Steam Deck that I barely use, but, you know, I don't regret buying it. I do also own a Switch, and the only reason I bought a Switch was because I wanted basically a Steam Deck. I wanted a portable gaming PC, but Steam Deck didn't exist yet, so got a Switch. Haven't played Breath of the Wild. Haven't played Mario, what was it, Odyssey? I give the impression of someone who travels. You have downtime at work sometimes? You like pop out a little Blatro or something in between bone investigation. How are you gonna get a PC in the near future? Somebody getting rid of an old one? Ooh, look at that. I am also... Gaming is very discouraged at work. I mean, you don't have... You can tell them you're doing your taxes. Be like... Because there is a desktop mode. So you could, like, switch to desktop mode and have just, like, a thing open and be like, no, I'm doing my taxes. Very special princess, and people want to give you things. It's not such a bad existence. I mean, I got a video card for free in college from a guy I never spoke to again. Not for any specific reason, our paths did not cross. But At the time, it was not a bad card. Oh, for sure. I mean, I got other less savory things from guys in college. That makes it sound like I got STDs. That's not what happened, but like, you know. Does that one good thing balance out the bad? I'm not sure. I did also just finish the Adventure Zone Season 1, the Bureau of Balance. That was, man, that was a trip and a half. I don't know if any of the other seasons could live up to it. I finished the last available live show today. So I'm completely, as far as I know, I'm completely out of free Bureau of Balance content. Oh, I thought it was in like I don't know why the license plate would be in another language, but normally this is where we'd find pipe, which is the rapier to the Styx sword. Yeah, those last two chapters. One of the moments that, I think I told you this already actually, but one of the moments that just gave me chills. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't listened to the season 1 of the Adventure Zone, but when Magnus gets forced out of his body and he's flying towards the rip that leads to the, I think it's the astral plane, and Taco just like jars his soul and just goes like flying out and grabs him. I was like, what? That's great. Look at you, sweet boy. Why don't you sit down? Why don't you sit down? Come on. Why don't you sit? Yep. Come on. Sit down. Sit down, sweet boy. Make a little croissant with your body. No, you wanna. Just break dancing on my lap. You can't just sit. He has to make like a whole thing out of it. It's also fascinating to me that the color of your name in the text chat on my screen does not match the color of your name that shows up in the VOD. I don't know why that is. Oh, I haven't even looked up any of the fan animations. Maybe I should. I have so many videos in my backlog right now, including the 7-hour and 42-minute lore video for Signalis. One of multiples of that type. Where am I going? Okay. Pete's Bolorama. Oh, I want to check the other side of the street. What's this? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Okay, so this is the way forward. Go find the bus. Last thing I remember seeing. Oh, he's back, apparently. Morbid Zoo videos are never a bad choice. She released 2 bangers pretty recently. Pretty close to one another as well. If there's some kind of convention of only my favorite video essayists, the highest price I would pay for that ticket would be pretty high. Actually, what am I talking about? What would I talk about with my favorite video essayist? Like, the person you present in the video is not guaranteed to be, like, close to who you are. It would be neat, though. It'd be neat to meet them. But I don't know if it would be productive. Aw. Going. You little dummy. Goes, yes, if he goes over here, you can see him. Hey, little freak. Ah, the Bolorama. This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza? probably don't get the dialogue again. It's not. Come on, break it. Break it, big boy. Look at that. No more bowling. They probably have any new ammo or health. What's that? These photos of real people bowling. I don't think I've ever noticed this before. Yeah, save square. That's why I came here. Just a poster that says anxiety. Oh, it has come to my attention that maybe the voice actor for Astarion did a thing with Brennan Lee Mulligan? Some kind of D&D thing? I saw like a video. I couldn't tell if it was actually Astarion's voice actor, but people in the comments were like, oh my god, Astarion. But I don't think I actually know what Astarion sounds like. Not a big CRPG player. He does. I'm listening to episode 1 of The Dadlands. I don't know if I'll continue with it, but it's a fun crossover. So I've saved. I picked the correct direction because I'm very good at this. What's up with that? What is it? Oh, is it like through the trees? You got a PS5 to play BG3 and still haven't done it. I mean, I was like gonna play Metroid Dread on my Switch. Still haven't done that. I'm forgetting that I have a Switch, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think it is, okay. I think it is supposed to be like moonlight through the leaves. It's funny. It's a funny look. It's supposed to be like, this is ray trace. There's something going on and it's causing that to happen. That would be the Historical Society. Yeah, okay. It's just like a really tall tree. Huh. Yes, I saw this earlier. Rays of Moondark, the inverse of sunlight. Yes. Does anybody else call the sunroof on their car the moonroof? Is this a standard term? I thought it was just like my dad's thing. Just do this like 4 times? No, this is okay. This is the parking lot for the Historical Society. I think I've looted all this as well. Everybody has the same license plate. That can't be legal. Ah, yeah, it's right on the water. There's a boat. No dial tone on that one. Like, I don't know how often moon roofs come up in polite conversation. Okay, I'm going to walk past... Mork! I'm gonna walk past the Historical Society. Because there's a thing that you either may not have been here for it, or even if we were, maybe you have forgotten about it. And then there's the other thing that I was actually going to talk about. The thing at the end of the road. Check this first. See if that weird pattern, light pattern is there. No. A couple things down here, actually. Well, 3 things, depending on your definition of thing. So I did not kill that. The first time you come down here, you hear a noise. And there are 2 bodies, actually. This is one of them, just a mannequin. There should be another one not too far away. Yes, here's the other one. So, in the original game, when you're walking down, I think it's specifically when you're walking down this road to the Historical Society, mannequins are being, like, tossed into the road from, like, somewhere outside, like, past the fence. I don't know if it was, like, my memory is that it was a bunch of mannequins, but, like, it's been a minute, I don't know for sure. But, like, there's a bit where you can just see 2 mannequins flying over the fence and land in the road, and then they get up and start coming at you. They chose not to keep that here, except for this little reference where the first time you walk over, you, like, hear the sound of both of them hitting the pavement, and then when you walk over, you can see them here. And it does look a little goofy in the original game when they're just, like, cannonballing over the thing, but it is also spooky, because you don't exactly expect to have the enemies fired at you from a cannon. There's another thing down here, though. Definitely, there we go. A body. Another one of those James bodies. When I came down here with Maria, she made some comment. Why do you have this gun? Goodness. It's looking a little... Yeah, I think that's probably true. Why does he look like he got some nerds melted on him? Oh, there's water there. Odd. Yeah, he's looking a little icky sticky. Alright, to the Historical Society we go. There's going to be a lot of things in the Historical Society. I need to remember to catch, like, right at the top before we really get down into the level. There's gonna be a lot of things. I'm gonna try to remember to point all of them out. I think I remember all of them. Y'all, there's, like, a lot going on in the Historical Society. There's, like, a lot. Alright, let me in! Oh, I should inspect the key. I don't remember if I did that. Key items, including literal keys. I think this does look like the key in the original game. I can't remember for sure. There's nothing too fancy going on with it. Okay. This is a historical society. There's a lot of stuff hanging on the walls. These look like maps of Silent Hill. Decomposition, all the beautiful... Is that like fungus? Why do people turn those colors? Does this have the same time on it? 9, 10... I either wrote down the seconds incorrectly in my little note about it, or this is the only clock I've seen so far that's different. I know which one seems more likely to me. Okay. Gimme. So, I don't think there's anything else in this. Let me try to be thorough. Brief History of Toluca Lake by Charles Holloway. Is that one of the names from the graveyard? You haven't, despite your best efforts, you haven't dealt much with corpses. Are you trying to handle the deceased? James is going to react to that, but wait, because I believe this photo right here, this is a photo of Bloober Team, the people who developed the game. And they included this photo because in the original game, there's a photo of the dev team for Silent Hill 2 for the PS2. I wonder if that's even that photo, but I can't remember for sure. Let me, you know what? Might as well look it up now while I'm staring at it. 20 Easter eggs you may have missed. Goodness. Don't care about any of those. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, there was some kind of like sexy nurse outfit in Heaven's Night on one of the booth seats. I forgot. That is, what's it called? What's her name? Oh my god, it's the woman in Silent Hill 4 The Room that you meet in the first time Henry goes through the hole. There's like an unlockable nurse costume that you can put her in one of the series' many dalliances with misogyny. Oh, apparently the posters in Heaven's Night say Lost by Lust? All is Lost by Lust, a tragic play written in the early 1600s by English playwright William Raleigh. There's a lot of similarities with Silent Hill 2. I will not read any further than that because there's spoilers. Come on, give me the Historical Society, you freaks. Okay, I'm not immediately finding anything on the Historical Society. But yeah, so that's for sure Bloober Team. Let's go in here first. This... I think this is the room for the final boss? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misremembering. Gimme. What a toilet seat? What is that? No idea what that is. Oh, come on, buddy. I believe it. Some kind of thing, I don't know. Don't immediately recognize these. What is that? Sifrino? I don't know what that is. There might be some kind of thing with all this, like, cow stuff. I can't remember for sure, though. Hey, I need that. That's a photo. The new clock. What is that, 17? saw something actually. Okay. Little Baroness, the maiden voyage of 1916. Wonder if this is the one that sank. Oh, there's that thing that's in the other cabinet. Very poor telescope placement. Let me bring it! The Lady of the Light, the unveiling of one of 2 statues commemorating the local folktale. I wonder... Is this the one we found Angela in front of in Rosewater Park? That same thing from the other cabinet. What is that, a camera? A lady. I just looked at that. I believe there's nothing else in this. Alright, James, have thoughts and feelings about that big painting in the middle.
It's him.
This is the same painting from the original game. Misty Day, Remains of the Judgment. Also featured in the Historical Society in the PS2. Actually, we could take a longer look at that. The bodies hanging around in the cages. I mean, they're reminiscent of the flesh lips, but not identical. That looks quite like Maria. Which one? Oh. I wonder. I think that would be a new detail if that does. Well, sword. I think his sword is pointing out at the screen towards us, but she's like, yeah, maybe that does look like Maria. Interesting. I didn't notice that before. I don't think the original one looks like Maria, but I also haven't looked at it in a while. Straight up, I'd probably hang this on my wall. Wiltsey Coal Mine. Established around 1850, it remained operational until the early 1900s. The mine played a key role in the revitalization of Silent Hill. Can you go past this at any point? Can't actually remember. Yeah, the silhouette, Yeah, I mean, it looks like blonde hair and kind of a pinkish jacket. I think it's reasonable to think that looks like Maria. Title unknown, author unknown. I think I should know what this is. I think it's maybe relevant to an ending in the original game. I'm gonna look it up. Walkthrough and guide. An obsidian goblet. Yeah, get the obsidian goblet for the rebirth ending. Only available in New Game Plus. Oh, hang on. Okay, this website does not like being small. One of the items needed to get the rebirth ending. This item is only available in New Game Plus. In a non-New Game Plus file, you will only see a painting of a goblet in its place. Okay, so if I were on a New Game Plus file, that would be an actual goblet on a little inset shelf. That's interesting. I'm glad I recognized that. Ooh. Waterfront landscape, Alan Smith, date of birth and death unknown, a depiction of the local area. The style indicates it was done sometime around the 1820s, when the region was far less populated, with sparse infrastructure. I wonder why it's missing. I wonder if I ever... Okay, we're not there yet. Brookhaven Hospital, 1880. The hospital was built in response to a great plague that followed a wave of immigration to the area. Originally, it was little more than a shack, but has since expanded into a fully fledged medical establishment. Which, of course, we were there earlier. It's also a big ol' hole in the wall. Big ol' hole. We will get to that. Oh, there's a thing in here. Among the local legends is that of the Lady of the Light. The story tells of a woman who was accused and found guilty of witchcraft. As punishment, she was taken to a small island out on the lake, a minuscule stretch of rocky soil devoid of any food or shelter. There, she was to suffer a slow, excruciating death as her body succumbed to cold and hunger. However, unbeknownst to the rest of the townfolk, there was a young man among them who, having gazed into the woman's eyes, as bright and beautiful as a midsummer's moon, had vowed undying love for her. When she was convicted, wrongly as he believed, he swore that he would not let her suffer such cruel fate. While waiting for an opportunity to abscond with his beloved, every night he would sneak out and row across the lake, bringing her food and something to keep her warm. And every night the woman would stand there on the shore, holding a lit candle to help him find his way. But then, one night, when the sky was exceptionally clear, devoid of even a wisp of cloud, the young man set out on his nightly escapade. As always, he would look out into the distance, looking for the light in the darkness that would lead him to his beloved. On that night, however, the moon shone so bright and so vibrant, stronger than any candle could. Seeing the light's reflection in the water, the young man was led astray. He rowed and rowed and rowed, following the reflected light, hoping against hope he could reach it. He did not care for his aching arms or the shortness of his breath, utterly mesmerized by the illusory light. When his boat tipped over, the man was so exhausted from rowing, so weakened were his arms, that he was not able to swim to shore. Thus, he succumbed to a watery grave. Although left alone, the woman on the island never lost hope. She kept coming out at night and kept lighting the candle. The legend says that those looking for true love can still see the lady's light out on the lake, shining to bring her beloved home. While the story is clearly meant as a metaphor and a cautionary tale, it is, to a certain extent, rooted in reality, as the area has indeed seen its share of religious persecution, such as that of... This might be... Next words might be Jennifer Carroll, I think? One of the... There's a statue for her. Is that right? It's either a statue in Rosewater Park, or it's that little tombstone. Jennifer Carroll, persecuted by the Christians. Something like that, and they redacted Christians. Hi, Mohan. And so this is also the story that Maria was telling us earlier. And it's been a minute since this has happened, but when James first found Maria, first met her on the shores, the docks, she was like, oh, where are your special places? And he thought of the... What did he think of? The hotel, I think? No. He thought of, like, a place, I can't remember which one, and then there was a place that he just couldn't quite remember. And then there's, like, a shot of a light in the distance across the lake. And so, yeah, the thought of Margaritaville. But, later on, that light will reappear, so... It will factor in significantly, so there's more to do with that story yet. Silent Hill Historical Society founders. Little smudged, could use a new photo. This we will see shortly. I don't know if this is the exact one from the original game. It seems a little too high resolution for that. But it is very similar, if not identical, to the equivalent room in the original game. So, you know what? This would be easier to hang in my apartment because it'd be a bit smaller, but would be just as good as Remains of the Judgment. Misty Day, Remains of the Judgment. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is Maria. That's cool. Some good foreshadowing. I think James is sustained by thoughts of Margaritaville. Name scratched over, illegible. Former director of Brookhaven Hospital. I wonder... I don't think he looks like the guy from Silent Hill Origins. They also for sure just put white out on his plaque. Okay, I think that's all. One last once over, but I think that's all of the tricky stuff to know about in Historical Society. There's nothing up there. We already looked at the room with the hole. Looked at that. The missing painting of the area from a long time ago. The goblet that we cannot get because it is not New Game Plus. This strange thing. Misty Day, Remains of the Judgment. Whole thing. Brookhaven Hospital. The dev team. Possibly the original Team Silent. I think that's the final boss room, but I'm not sure. The Lady of the Light. A piano. Probably because Mary liked to play the piano. A door that we can't open. Nothing else in here. No secret ammo or health drink. I already read about the boat. There's nothing else going on up here. Okay, we are good to go. I'm going to... Alright. So there's this staircase. And we're just gonna sit here for a second because I need to know whether I ever found... Ooh, how am I gonna find this? I definitely went on like a big long look for this image. Because this staircase appears in the original game. And a lot of times, especially older games, when they need to do certain things, they do them with tricks. So like, what was it? Mario 64, when you're going up the stairs to the, I don't know, whatever the thing is, and you're trying to go up the stairs and it's playing that music that sounds like it's endlessly going up. And unless you have enough stars or whatever, you can't get up the stairs. Don't remember what they're called, not a Nintendo girl. But that's trickery. They just have like a little teleport thing. So when you get to here, it teleports you back to here. And because of the way the thing is set up, you can't tell that you teleported backwards. I will do this bit and then I will look for the image because that sound is the sound of the boat that sank in Toluca Lake. I'm gonna try to stay quiet. Good hell sound indeed. There's no trickery there. That staircase is just really long. And there's an incredible photo, out of bounds photo, that somebody took, and I swear to God, I don't think I've been able to find it. I like had it at one point and then I like didn't save it. Okay, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time looking for it. Historical Society, stairs. Oh, I really just want to find it. Because there's somebody, I think it was somebody on Twitter, they took an out-of-bounds screenshot of the stairs, and you can just see how absurdly long they are. It's killing me that I don't just have this photo handy. It didn't even, I completely forgot to look for it ahead of time. I'm gonna do, how would I even find this? Because I swear I went back looking for it. And if I did find it again, there's a couple of different places I would have saved it. Let me also check my phone. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna have to like sign into a thing. Oh my god, it signed me all the way out. Alright, bear with me here. If I find it, it's gonna be totally worth it. Should probably also... so I can actually see chat. Let me put that over here. Did Boundary Break do it? I think Boundary Break showed it off. Immediately seeing it there. I think I might have ended up just like taking a screenshot of it from Boundary Break. That's a good idea. Okay, let me check Boundary Break. Because that sounds right. That sounds like where I first became aware of it. I wonder if he would be good enough to link to Silent Hill 2 Remake, Silent Hill 2. Oh! The last time I came here, I was right on the money. Alright, let me just share this link. Start at the correct spot. Good call, Mohan. Let me just, sorry guys, let me just save a screenshot of this real quick. I cannot keep having this problem. Okay. I've got a whole ass, alright, get the YouTube UI out of here, please. This is misery. Wait until this is properly framed. Son of a gun! He doesn't linger on it at all. I'm gonna die. Okay. Okay. Save as. Stop this video. This video chill the hell out. Okay. Okay. I now have in my possession a screenshot of it. It is just an insanely long staircase. It's great. They cut no corners. They just made that thing huge. God, I could have sworn, I swear there's like a tweet out there somewhere in the world that also shows this off. But that's fine. I don't need to find that. Save the screenshot so that nothing bad can ever happen to it again. I can't like post an image. I can't post an image in Twitch chat, right? No, I didn't think so. Let me... There we are, Silent Hill 2. I've got like a folder. I've got like a folder where I put stuff. And I'm putting this into that folder. Excellent. And then put it in cloud storage as well. That goes here. Alright, never again will I have this problem. The image lives forever in cyberspace. Yeah, so they did the same thing here. They just made a big old staircase. Alright, now we are... Is the foghorn attached to a timer or a physical trigger? I think if I go back up... Because it gets more frequent as you go farther down? This is a good excuse as I need to go back down the stairs, but completely silently this time. It's... I bet there are triggers along the tunnel, along the stairs, that determine what frequency it's gonna go at. By the way, that little teeny light up there, that's the room we left. Oh, you wanna know if I could do like a Layers of Fear to the foghorn? Imagine if Bloober Team learned nothing from their previous game. Have I told you that that clip is how I found Jerma? Jerma Layers of Fear? Oh man. Alright, let me go down the stairs in total silence. Is that like a full minute of walking? Alright. Are there any spots where we can wiggle it? Does it just happen at this frequency right here? Okay, so that's not reacting to anything I'm doing. God, I would love to recreate that Layers of Fear thing. It's like a little bit of... I think there's like a little bit of... I don't know what the word is. Spatial audio? Like, I thought I heard it change over at some point during the descent, but, I'll be damned if I can figure out where. It's just like a repeating tunnel chunk. Not identifiable spots along the way. I'm not seeing anything that promises Jerma Layers of Fear levels of fun. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that they learned from that. I think he got, what, like 5 of them stacked on top of each other? Insanity. God, God, that's such an old clip too. Okay, so we are now ludicrously far below the Historical Society. Insanely, like you saw, that entire climb, all the way down. And like, what is this, right? Why is there a room down here? Why is it connected to this by stairs? What is this place? And it is sick nasty, friend. What would this window even be looking at? It couldn't possibly be sky outside of this window. You didn't know it was Bloober Team? Yeah, Bloober Team did Layers of Fear, which is a bad Silent Hill 2 ripoff. And then Konami was like, yes, these are the ones who should do it. And to their credit, they did a really good job. I'm glad they had this redemption arc. But I was not optimistic when I found out that Bloober Team, like, they could have given, okay, even though Bloober Team did a good job, Konami could have given this to Bluepoint, the people who did the Shadow of the Colossus remake, among others. Cause like, oh man, all right, there's like a tangle of things here. So when they did the Silent Hill HD collection, which is universally regarded as very bad, and there's like, for good reason, it's not just people being ridiculous. They dubbed over the voices without removing the original voice tracks. They changed various like textures and things. So one of the other things that got a lot of flack was the Comic Sans font that they used for a lot of the signs. There are other problems with it too. Like, I think there were other audio issues with sound effects or something, and some other stuff that I've forgotten. The HD collection is bad. But then, I cannot remember what team did it, but they tried to say that, like, well, we didn't have access to the original code, so, like, or, like, didn't have the most up-to-date version of the code, so it's, like, not really our fault. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot going on. Like, I'm sure it's not just, ooh, that dev team was bad. Like, I think Konami was just mismanaging a lot of things. But last I read, Bluepoint does remakes without the original code. They just, like, go through, play the game, test all these different parameters, and recreate the behavior without access to the original code. Like, without needing it, without copying it. So, like, first off, you don't need the code to do the thing, necessarily. Like, maybe it's different. Well, no, Shadow of the Colossus was, like, PS3, so it's not even be. Like, ooh, it's older hardware, you have to have the code. But also Bluepoint does an absolutely fantastic job from what I've seen, so I would still kill to see the Bluepoint remake of, like, OG Silent Hill 2, no changes. Konami when? It's not gonna give me, like, a little thing for this, but we've got Toluca Prison. Date, June 12th. That looks like 1902 to me. Employees, actual, so like authorized actual. Prison guards 28, kitchen staff 10-4, medical workers, when the flashlight's so bright you can't read it, 5-3, mechanical 5-2. I got some totals. Next, high number 1508. Maximum capacity 938. Inmates, general population, high security, isolation. I think I can read that last one. No. Death row, that's what it says. So this appears to be a prison. Yeah, so a prison ridiculously far below the Historical Society. Toluca Prison, September 11th, 1820. Prisoner number C-221? Yeah, C-221. So, kind of weird. A lot of the prison in the remake is very different from the original prison, but this first bit, it's either very similar or identical. They did have those manacles in the display case. Were those manacles? I thought they were like cattle stuff. Because I also thought they were manacles at first, and then I took another look. Whoa! out of my face! Okay, nailed that. Nailed it in one. There's a thing from the original prisons that I don't think they carried over into the remake, and I was kind of sad about it. It looked very much like it. Listen, I would go all the way back up. Was it the bees? The bees? Are you talking about that one puzzle room? I'm pretty sure we'd have to go back in the VOD just because I don't want to go all the way back up the stairs 2 more times. But I remember thinking like, oh, those look like handcuffs, and then I took a second look and I was like, well, maybe those actually look like, because we're talking about the ones, they're here, and then there's like that camera or whatever here, and that thing that I was like, what is that, a toilet lid? And then like something else here up on the wall. It was only like several up and down journeys of the stairs ago. I don't have a map. I'm trying to open the map and it's there. The famous Silent Hill prison bees. Is this a Nicolas Cage joke? This room. All of these pictures are from the original game. Crimson and White Banquet for the Gods. The way that you get to this room is, I think, normally a little different. This looks like it's based on the KKK to me. It might just be because it's like a pointed hat and white robes, but... Death by skewering, an execution at the prison. Death by skewering or strangling. To choose his death is the prisoner's last taste of freedom. That last line, to choose his death is the prisoner's last taste of freedom. That's been the lock screen message on my phone for a while now. I think that line is absolutely metal. These also look like lying figures to me rather than people. I don't know if that says more about like, because it could just be the somewhat supernatural nature of the prison, or it could have something to do with how James sees certain people. Toluca Prison Camp. Built in 1862, the camp was used to house prisoners during the American Civil War, converted into Toluca Prison in 1866. That very much looks like an above-ground prison to me, though. There's a little flickering on the edge of the frame on the top there. There's breathing other than James. Sounds like it's coming from the left. Club's robe styling are borrowed from old Christian... How do you pronounce that? Capriote? Capriety? Capriot? Capriote. Capriote hoods. I am not historically knowledgeable, so good information. Good to know. Deliberately based on old Christian designs. Hey! We know this room. We saw it just a little bit ago. Okay, so we are already ridiculously far underground, and we're about to drop into a pit that we cannot see the bottom of. Raised Catholic, I'm so sorry. This, I of course have a screenshot of this in 4K because my goodness, without the UI. Yeah, James, his neurons are on fire. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. That's what that means. On fire! He's so excited to jump into this hole, you guys. Look at him. You see how excited he is? He can barely wait. Alright, bud. Wouldn't dare keep you from your love. He's an awfully sturdy guy to just land face first from something like that. Just needs a couple seconds. Breath quivering with excitement. Which one does... Oh shit, that's also really good. Which one does James go in? That's right, the square hole. You guys are giving me a wealth of content here. That's right, the square hole. So originally, this is also directly from the original game. You fall into this well, seems to be a well, and there's no visible exit. Now, of course, it's a lot easier to tell here because they're not just using a repeating texture. There's a few different places where I can smack the wall. If in the original game, you can go, like, interact with each wall and be like, nothing, just a regular wall, and then there's one bit of wall that'll be like, this one feels hollow. They don't need to do that anymore. They don't do as much flavor text overall. So now we've just got that little please whack here pattern. I'm gonna break the other one though, just in case there's something in it. Where's James going? That's right, the square hole. Also, ooh, this is something I just remembered from like probably a boundary break video. Or some kind of teardown. In the original game, you're first put into just an all solid wall version of the well, and then when you actually like hit the breakable piece of wall with your pipe or whatever, screen goes black and then it fades in and you've been moved, unbeknownst to you, to a version of it that has one of the walls broken open. Versus here where it's just smack the wall, the thing is there. Bricks. Oh, the water. Letting figures swim pretty well, unfortunately. Be on the other side of this soon enough. There. Alright, my friend. Hi. Can't reach you that far. We need... So one of these is going to have another pit. Also going to need a key. Let me explore the other end of the tunnel first. Pretty good hell noises, guys. Pretty good. What's worse, Silent Hill sewer water or Urbex still water? I don't know what Urbex still water is, so I'm gonna vote Silent Hill sewer water. Also, as far as you know, this is just like regular prison water. There's some stuff. There's some stuff coming up that's like even more intense. Okay, this is this room. I will talk about that momentarily. This is the room that we're... So... This is like an Inception rearranged hallway hole. And we unlock the entire gate so that we can fall down it. So you see there's a door. We have to get the key. I believe we need to get it from here. Let me go through this room's whole shtick and then I can talk about it. The spiral writing key. And, for some reason, a number pad. A single red. Don't let me forget to examine the key, because it doesn't currently let me see what's written on it. Light goes out. Bug noises. You little jerk! Also, I think it's like harder to see, but the bugs only move. Pretty sure they only move when there's light on them. What? There's another you little freak. No! They spawn more? Oh my god. I need to get out of here. Yeah, door is suddenly locked. It wasn't locked when I came in, but now it is. Give me like an actual... Okay, you're not gonna do that. I'm about to get attacked. You little freak! Saw you! Hear you! Hey, let me out! Okay. So in the original game, you find a dry cell battery in the hospital. It's I think it's the little alcove above all the hands painted into the wall. And, like, there's no battery drain mechanics in the game, so you're like, because he's like, it's a dry cell battery, it's the same kind the flashlight takes. You're like, why do I have this? Whatever. And then you get down here, you go into that room, and it's like basically the same thing. You pick up a key, your flashlight dies, and when you put the new battery in that you found in the hospital, the room is suddenly full of insects and the door is locked. And because of how the insects work in that game, it's like basically impossible to hit them. They might even like not have hitboxes, I can't remember for sure. I also keep looking over here because this is where chat is, but this is where my camera is. And so you're getting damaged and you're trying to guess the combination, and the way that I got the combination is that 3 of the buttons were had clearly been pressed more than the others, and so they were a little bit cleaner, where the other ones were really grainy. But like each time you type in an incorrect combination, it backs you out of like the keypad view, and so you're put like back in with all the insects where you can get hurt. So it's like a very tense, clunky, like painful, frightening experience. And so I think a little bit is lost by insects being, I think, a bit less threatening, a lot less threatening here actually. But they did still keep the contours of that whole thing. Alright, Urbex is short for urban exploration. Still water is stagnant water that has flooded both building and basements, accruing the gnarliest diseases and weakening the structure you're poking around. But like, you're never gonna find a weird disease straitjacket monster during Urbex. Oh, I need to examine, that's not the button. This is the button. I need to look at spiral writing key. The cylinder is engraved with the text, "'Tis doubt which leadeth thee to purgatory." That's true, but like, I feel like this is the same, like, paranormal activity argument. Like, if those things existed, we'd probably have footage of them by now. Y'all ready? Which hole does James go in? That's right! The square hole! I think they used nearly identical animation. Or is it jump? So, walked down an absurdly long staircase, dropped down 2 holes that were so deep we couldn't see the bottom. We're in a cafeteria. A prison cafeteria, but still. Mainline menu, March 13th. 1 grits with lard. 11 boiled meatloaf. Those probably aren't numbers. 1 beans. Bread and coffee. Show me all the way in the back. Danny, your most precious boy, will be here soon. Your favoritist boy. Your boy. Yes, your boy. Before that, though. This is another one of those, like, flashlights too bright. This looks to me to be a painting of this room from that end of it. Complete with the dead body. The one who has done nothing wrong, the sweet, perfect boy. Yeah, boy. So the thing I was trying to see... There's like it's really difficult to see. There's like a thing in the middle of the painting, and I can't really tell what it is when the flashlight is on it, because it's too bright, and then I can't tell when the flashlight is off it, because it's too dark. It's like probably nothing, because it would just be... It just kind of looks like they've painted something hanging down from here. I'll just get a normal look at this painting. I just got that. If I just knew how to find game textures and look at them. Just looks like so a little bit kind of like 45-degree angle off of James's right shoulder. Yeah, it looks like there's something there, and I can't tell what it is. But there's also this very dead guy, who we'll see momentarily. This is... Ooh, what was it called? The Tablet of Gluttony? Let me look it up. Those are from the... There's 3 tablets that were in the original game. Let me just look it up. Tablet of Gluttonous Pig. There are 3 tablets that you would find throughout the game, throughout the prison section of the game. Is that referenced in Signalis? The Tablet of the Gluttonous Pig? Can't remember. It might have been. Each of the tablets appeared to closely relate to one of the main characters. So the Tablet of the Gluttonous Pig seemed to correspond to Eddie. Looks like James.
Ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head and pow.
Eddie?
Oh, hi Hi, James.
What happened here? Who was that?
I don't know. It just came at me.
Okay. So he attacked you, and you shot him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He made me do it.
Okay, calm down, Eddie. Any idea why he would do that?
I don't know. He came out of nowhere. Tried sneaking up on me in the dark. I heard footsteps, so I turned back and he was right there.
And you could tell that he wanted to hurt you.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way he looked at me, I just had to do it.
He looked at you? I thought you said he came at you.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it in his eyes.
His eyes.
He kept looking at me, making fun of me. I told him not to, but he didn't listen.
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
You should see your face, James. I was just joking. The guy was dead when I got here. I got you, didn't I? Well, anyway, I better get going.
Wait. You're gonna go out there alone?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, what a fine young man you've pinned your situation to. There's definitely something in that painting that's not actually in the room. I think there's been at least one dead body around every time we've encountered Eddie. It's also, I think... Did you guys notice... His breath was visible, right? Like it was cold? We've got this little iced up thing. The body looks iced up. We're gonna see some more later, of course. Because the first body was in the freezer. Can't remember the rest. When we first found Eddie, he was throwing up in the bathroom and there was a body in a freezer. It's also a cutscene I should show after I quit the game for the night. Yes, but like, is James's breath visible? I don't think his breath was visible in that entire cutscene. I think it was only Eddie's. Besides, like, the body is iced over and, like, the table next to it, but nothing else in this room is. It's just here. Just this little spot where Eddie did something. What the hell was that? What was that noise? Was that the door? Am I crazy? What was that noise? Eddie was covered in sweat. I think Eddie might always be sweaty. Sweaty Eddie. Yeah, but like, how often does an AC unit produce ice? That was the door, but the door doesn't make that noise. I don't know what that was. Anything over here? Oh, the AC unit made the noise. Maybe. Okay, this is where the armory. This is where the remake prison starts to really diverge, massively diverge from the original game's prison. Still don't have a map. Shit. AC units sometimes make ice when they're broken. That's wild. Also, check this out. Why are these here? Kinda weird. This is the Hunter Rifle. Most highest damage weapon in the game. Toluca Prison. They still haven't found him. Since he had the cabinet key, we should assume one of the prisoners got his hands on it. Get the spare from the witness checkpoint and secure the rifle before it falls into the wrong hands. Oh, James wants that rifle. French prison masks? Is this a thing? But like, the AC unit being full of ice is different from the AC unit producing ice on a surface 6 feet away, right? This is also, this is a leading question around, like, something I know, partly from playing the game and partly from, watching those videos about little Easter eggs. So, sorry, Mohan, what is a French prison mask? Hey, rifle cartridges. I don't know why all the ammo has birds on it. Hey, there's the map. Alright, map of the entire area. Ammo was made in Portland. Is this like a Portland thing? There was one famous French prisoner who the king took painstaking measures to remove his identity. It's referred to as the Man in the Iron Mask. I have heard the phrase, the Man in the Iron Mask. Do not know anything about this man. Death chamber witness. Some stuff goes down in this level, my friends. Didn't I pick up a death row map? Where's the death row map? That's not what I meant to hit. Oh my god! Death row map. Oh my god. Prison, prison, prison. Who cares? Death row map. Oh, this one. Yeah, that tracks. Sketch from Portlandia called Put a Bird on It makes everything more marketable. But who are they marketing to? They just leave this stuff around for free. Guys, oh my god, you have no idea how tense the upcoming sections are gonna be. For me. Also some neat imagery here, barbed wire on the pews. Some more KKK looking stuff. It's kind of like a... Maybe, you know what? I don't know that much about churches, so definitely out of my element here. Seems like a weird painting to have in your church though, even if it's a prison church. Not only do those dudes in the the white hoods look like KKK stuff, they also look a little bit Pyramid Head. Listen, Who is buying the ammo and then coming down here and scattering it around? What is this called? A confessional? I feel like this is not what a confessional is supposed to look like. Capriotes. Okay. So this is, hang on, you're like a Catholic person. What do you get from this image? Because, like, I'm assuming that's some kind of saint. I hope you're not watching on mobile, because that'll make this hard. Looks like mass punishment. Rip Danny. Rough. This is called a confessional, right? You stand here, priest stands on the other side, you spill your guts. Purification of sins via violence. Can you imagine having to do it like this? Goodness gracious. Not very nice. Is it— oh, both sides, huh? Uh-oh. So does the priest go in the middle? How does this work? I feel like they wouldn't make the priest stand on spikes, but again, not much of a churchgoer. Everybody gets attached receipt in prison. This is one of the puzzles I had to look up the answer to because I think I was like playing too late at night probably. Didn't understand what I was supposed to do with it. Oh god! Scared the Jesus out of me. Ah! Okay. That thing came out of the confessional, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. I forgot that happens. I remembered that something happened. I just didn't remember that it was that. Yeah, lying figure in the confessional is extreme. What's this? Good content. I'm gonna have heart problems. Should I know who this is? Or is this just like any hooded figure? The room is a mess, friend. Yeah, there's definitely no face on it or anything. Not seeing anything noteworthy among the books. Historical. Does that say historical psychology? I want a shot of the front of that cover. History of psychology. Very good. They left the C out of psychology. Unless this is like a holy thing. Mohan, you can leave. You can leave. I've heard that one before. How dare you? The square hole James joke is better, but I am nothing if not beholden to what chat wants. The prisoners do not feel remorse. In fact, they do not feel themselves to be sinful at all. Even the simplest of them will try to shield themselves from the Lord's gaze with what little words they know. And so they dream blissfully, the sinners that they are. For no matter how foul and loathsome one's existence may be, human nature abides. Seems like you should not be a priest if this is what you think. I also don't know what they're in prison for. Can't push fabric aside. That's our jam. That's our... We will be up there eventually. I think it's gonna take a while. Oh, that's also good. I forgot about that. The chained up cross. Prison priest is a very particular intersectionality of rotten mind. Is this not a manifestation of James's religious guilt? It probably is. I mean, now that you say that, it seems like obvious that it is. Just hadn't thought about that. But you better not say what it's guilt for, Mohan, because Danny doesn't know. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna save first. I'm gonna save before that room. That room's got a lot going on. I'll be heading out soon. I have enough time to do at least a little bit of this room. I have to do a little bit of this room. Does he feel some kind of identity loss for whatever he's guilty of? Listen, I don't know what James did. All I know is that he's friends with the goodest boy, Eddie... What's his name? Eddie something or other. Oh! So that's like the next big thing that happens in the game is that you get a variant of the mannequins that climb on the walls. And it's very bad. That's the bullhorn, the bull door. Oh, there's so many noises, guys. There's so many noises, and it's really hard to tell where they're coming from. I know some of them are in the prison cells. Leave me alone! I'm pretty low and keeping up on me right now. Nothing in this room. I hear you. It doesn't matter if you remember, you're not going to talk about it. Oh my god, I thought there's a mannequin. Okay. I hear it, I hear it. Alright. You better not talk about it out of screen either. I'll be very cross with you. Ew. This is, in fact, a lot. Oh my god. Get it while it's down! No! No, 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 no! Okay. Good. This should be the tablet of the oppressor. Let me... For a second. Let me look it up. Oh my god, just give me a photo of it, you psychos. So, in the original game, let me make sure that's what it is. Tablet of the Oppressor. Yes. So, Tablet of the Oppressor, and it shows one person oppressing another person. So, is the Oppressor Laura? In the original game, you find the Tablet of the Gluttonous Pig, I think, like, after you have that conversation with Eddie. Then you come on over here, wander on over, you go into a prison cell, you pick up the Tablet of the Oppressor, and then the prison cell door is locked when you try to leave, and it doesn't unlock until, like, a certain amount of time has passed. It's the only tablet that does that. What do you want to bet there's a mannequin in here waiting to ruin my night? What's the mask in the photo under the tablet? You mean this one? Mask? It's not a mask. I can't tell exactly what it's a photo of, but it does look like, yeah. There's like some religious stuff happening and then it's like burnt.
It does. My sweet baby boy. Would you like to come here? Come here.
J-Dog carrying the cross. Yeah, small screen's definitely getting you. J-Dog. JC! We would not have been able to open that door from the other side. That's why we come in the way that we do. Darling boy. I don't know why I went out this way. Oily Josh in the house. Oh my god. Hang on. All this good content so close to the end of the stream. This is a massively... Why is my controller vibrating? This is a very different soundtrack for the prisons. A very different soundscape than in the original. The original's a lot of, like, it sounds like people rattling the bars. Ooh, I wonder if I'll remember... I think they don't have the prisoners here, but if I remember, I'll talk about that after I've confirmed that's the case. This cell is to be cleaned up by Tuesday. Make sure you get the cons do it by then. The previous tenant has been moved to death row, as per the warden's orders. The particulates in the air. Oh, yeah. I controller keeps vibrating and I don't know what to make of it. I have a theory, but... Asbestos at best. Do you need asbestos in like a fully concrete building? Concrete and metal? Alright, give it to me. What's happening? There's something over here. James got his gun out and I did not tell him to do that. Snake door. Headless snake. Hornless ox. Can mold form? I guess mold can form on concrete? So if there's just like water or whatever. Headless serpent. Hornless ox. Mold can do whatever it wants. Concrete is porous enough. Is porosity required? For mold? Another one of the doors down here. Or I think this is... Okay, we'll do that in a second. I think I remember what it is. No, this is something else. Okay, this is one of the doors. Wingless bird. Wingless dove? I don't know what that writing is underneath it. I don't know if that's a real language. Oh, it considers me to be in the basement. Yiddish? Wingless dove. Just as I suspect. Is Yiddish somehow related to Hebrew? I'm like really embarrassingly ignorant of a lot of things. That's the prison yard. We'll go to that last. Let's clear out the prison first. Which means actually go back, clear out the other side because I didn't do that. I hear it. I hear it. Where is it? Where is it? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Where did you come from? Ow! Woo! They're both traditional languages in Jewish culture, but we're all woefully uninformed on the differences. Okay, as long as we're all ignorant together, I can live with that. I'll get through from the other side, which means there's probably something in here. Ah, and I'll get into here from the other side. Get into here probably from the other side. Nope, I'll get into it from this side. I've got a very peaceable dusk on my lap. He left, oh my god, he left the sloppiest mess for me right before the stream. I could have shouted, it was so bad. I don't remember what's in there. I think, yep. Can't get me through the bars, you little freak. Hang on, gotta snooze that. I'll clear out the prison cell, save like this prison area, and then I'll save, and then I'll show probably a cutscene. Original game. Hebrew is a Semitic language, while Yiddish is a Germanic language, specifically a High German language. I don't know what High German means. not so much as a chance to see whether anything... Oh yeah, because it's this one. So I could have, like, crawled in there and gotten jumped. I don't know why I would ever use the crawly hole. Yiddish formed when the Jews were driven from Israel to Germany. This should be the fourth and fourth. Eyeless boar? Eyeless boar. I wonder... Like, Hebrew specifically, that's interesting. Like, there has to be significance to that. Mostly Germanic with some Hebrew words and uses the Hebrew alphabet. Okay. Immediately see an ambush. Can't see into that one. Chat's like your guy in the chair. For real. That's the real shit. Oh, I knew it! I knew you'd be here. Yeah, you little freak! I had you! Come on, bud. There you go. How do I switch to shoddy? This one? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure all my guns are loaded. Chad is my guys and gals in the chair. It's this one. Oh. Well, we will assuredly open that door later as well. Okay, I believe this will be... I thought that was... something. Okay, so I believe this will be... the last bit here, which means the only remaining thing. See you later, Mohan. So this is the prison yard, which we'll get to later, so I'm going to run back, save, and then... Oh, sweet boy. And then see if I can show off a cutscene without spoiling anything. Let me check my cutscene list. Okay. I'll show this. Yes, I'll just show it. I'll just show it because what's the worst that can happen? There's the thing that we did earlier.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head, pow. You killed him?
But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
Oh yeah? Why not? Till now I always let people walk all over me.
I'm gonna stop it here. We're going to have the second half of this conversation later. So, but like, you can see, like in the original, it's just like, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you. And then they kind of expanded that into like this whole conversation. I'm so glad you like James's voice acting. He could be a tough one to like, but guys see he did a great job. I think James is a well-realized character. But you should also notice, so here there is no ice around the dead body, so the decision to make the dead body icy and to like have all this ice and coldness in Eddie's areas in the remake is very deliberate. So I think with that, yeah, I think I'll wait, because I think the second half of that conversation is better to wait on. So with that, I think that's just gonna call it for tonight. Next stream, next Tuesday, should just be a TF2 stream. I think I am going to miss, okay, so the next variety stream is September 9th. But I think I'm either going to have to cancel it. I mean, I'll definitely have to cancel it. I'm considering rescheduling, because that's the next variety stream is the 9th, and I'm going to miss that because of like a thing. So just, you know, check my schedule. I might end up just moving that one forward or back a week. So catch you next time. Peace.